So traditional SEO works like this. You want to be found in the search engine when somebody searches dental implants near me, okay? Near Phoenix, Arizona. So you call me. You're like, I want to rank. I want to be the top listing, not an ad. I just want to be the top organic listing. So when somebody searches that and they skip past the ads, because most people skip past the ads, and they see the first links, whether that's in the Google map or right below the Google map, I want to be that first person, okay, that's listed there. I go, cool. All right, here's what we need to do. I need to write content, and this is a dumbed down version of what you do, but it'll give you the idea. We need to start writing content on your website that is closely related to the search phrase that you want to rank for. Okay. So we need a page that talks about dental implants on your site. We need several blog articles that talk about dental implants in Phoenix, Arizona. So what we're doing is we're basically matching the phrase that you want to rank for. We're taking that phrase, best dentist near, or best dental implants near me, or dental implants in Phoenix, Arizona. We'll take that phrase, dental implants in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm taking that phrase and I'm using that phrase throughout your site. This is like traditional SEO. It's called keyword optimization, because the algorithm that Google has used up until now basically does that. I mean, part of the algorithm is, does the search phrase that somebody put in match with the stuff on your website, or vice versa? Does the stuff on your website match with the search phrase? Okay. It's simple. You know, if your website is called dental implants in Phoenix, Arizona, you're probably going to rank for that search phrase, because, you know, that's the idea. Okay. So it's a simple matching. Now there's a whole bunch of other things that Google takes into consideration outside of just, are the words that somebody's searching for on your site. Okay. But to make this example make sense, let's just say that's kind of how it works. Okay. So that's how traditional SEO works. You're creating content. You're hiring me and I'm creating content, whether that's blog posts, stuff on your website. I'm writing articles for other like local community publications in Phoenix that talk about how you offer implants, you know, referencing you. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff you can do. Okay. But we're basically taking that phrase and making sure that that phrase is super recognizable on your site and in your community, and it's everything's pointing to you. Okay. That's not how AI works. Okay. AI works like this. When you go into Google now and you put a search phrase in, most people, I shouldn't say most, but a large portion of people who are using Google Gemini or ChatGPT, they're not typing in their questions anymore. They're just using the app. Have you seen one of the 50,000 Google Gemini commercials that says, hey, Google, or hey, Gemini, how do I fix this blender? I mean, they're like everywhere right now. Google's like dumping billions of dollars into advertising to download their Google Gemini app so that you can just talk to their AI to get answers, which is exactly what ChatGPT is doing. Okay. So what's happening is there's a transition from the way that people are searching and the phrases that they're using. So now when I go into ChatGPT, because I use ChatGPT, I got the app on my phone. If I were looking for a dentist for dental implants, this would be my search phrase. I wouldn't type it. I'd speak it and I'd say, hey, ChatGPT, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. I need a dental implant. I have Blue Cross Blue Shield health insurance. Oh, wait, just kidding. That doesn't mean anything. I have Delta Dental dental insurance, and I need somebody that's available until 7 p.m. at night. That's the freaking search phrase. Okay. Now what happens is and the reason that the search phrases are getting longer for two reasons. One, people are voice searching. They're not typing in their questions anymore. Okay. Now, some people use search phrases and they still type, but more and more people are adopting voice search, and that's where it's going. Okay. And second, people are realizing that the longer the search phrase is the results actually better. If you give more information, it doesn't screw it up. It actually you get a better result.
Okay, so just to kind of like interject here, it's like when I started using ChatGPT and Claude, the second you understand there's intelligence, it's like, wait a second.
Wait, I should give more information.
So if I just talk to you and say, okay, so this is kind of what I'm trying to figure out here, and then you give context and you explain yourself a little bit. And I mean, I even put like LOL sometimes, like just to give
and it understands it.
And it does.
It totally picks it up.
And it's like when I was searching with Google, it's like Google is just, it was just simple and dumb, but straightforward. I know it has to just be keywords.
You want to limit it because
it's simple and targeted.
Otherwise, you don't get a result.
Right. But now that there's intelligence, it's like I can just communicate in a more of a conversational, extensive manner. And it changes.
Like I'm talking to another human being.
And it changes exactly how then.
And then you get something more direct and more precise.
Right.
So what's happening is the way that the AI does, when they take a search phrase, they break it up and they analyze the search phrase, and they're looking for context and sentiment and nuance because it understands human language. And it'll get to a point where it's even picking up voice inflection and all this kind of stuff. Okay. So it's taking that search phrase and it's really getting good at understanding exactly what you're trying to say. Even when you don't say exactly what you mean, it can figure it out. Now it takes that, it breaks it into parts, and it creates like contextual questions around that kind of help define the question you've asked. And then it fans out across the internet, and it's looking for not websites, not entire blog posts, a paragraph of information that directly answers the question that the patient's asked or whatever, okay? And it grabs a paragraph from your website, from a blog post that you wrote 6 months ago about dental implants. It grabs a paragraph of copy from an ADA recent article. It goes to the Dental Implantology Association and finds an article there or a couple pieces. It's grabbing a chunk here and a chunk here and a chunk here, and it's grabbing all this stuff and it assimilates it, trains the AI, and the AI then blurts out the response. So what the copy that you're getting is authentic custom copy from the AI trained on the chunks of information. Okay?
Okay.
That's why when the AI gives you the response, you're like, oh shit, that's exactly what I needed. Which is what we want as a consumer. We want to be able to tell our computer when we're confused, and for it to understand our confusion and spit back out clarity. That's what we want. It sounds dystopian and crazy, but that's where it's going, and that's what people are going to want to use. Okay? So all of a sudden, it's like, oh, Allison wants to show up for dental implants near Phoenix, Arizona, and the blog post that I optimized, and it's called Best Dental Implants in Phoenix, Arizona, isn't being referenced at all by the AI. It's referencing information from here and here and here and here. And I go and I look at those and I'm like, oh, this content's been written differently. It's not written in the same format. So there is a structure that we can see right now that when we look at the content that AI is referencing, it's written differently and people are figuring it out. And so it's this kind of like cat and mouse kind of game where marketing agencies are going, oh, wait, AI is looking at this content. Let's analyze. Oh, I see what it's done here. I see what it liked out of this piece of content. Let's make sure we incorporate that into our marketing copy for our client. And this will change and evolve and whatnot, but there are some very specific things that you want to do when you write copy. And they're not the things that you would have done 2 years ago. Okay. So what's happening is because consumers are moving to ChatGPT as a search engine, Google's being forced to change their search engine results page and put AI at the top. And because they're putting AI at the top, it's basically screwing over the ad platform that they've got, which is a $2 trillion business. And now marketers are going, all right, now how do I get referenced by the AI? Not how do I get an organic link so somebody has to click to the website. I need the AI to say, oh, the best dental implants are from Dr. Allison House, blah, blah, blah. And this is why. Link. That's the new methodology.